Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to do a post J interview. We'll probably do that at some point tomorrow, but tonight I want to go over all of the YieldMax funds and which ones are up, which ones are down, and how we're doing overall, and a general market recap as a whole. So let's go over here to Seeking Alpha if I have the proper window up, and we will get right into that. So I've been searching far and wide for a proper dividend reinvestment calculator. Still have yet to find one without paying. So that remains on the bucket list for sure. Anyway, luckily I still have some of these up over here. Welcome. Okay, so let's look at this over here. All right, so like Jay was saying to us, um, Coney could actually become the top YieldMax fund in terms of total assets under management before long. So year to date, and I just refreshed this, we're still up 26.89% in terms of total return. NFLY, we're up 24%. DISO, we're up 3%. MSFO, we're up 11.42. XOMO, 9%. JPMO, 8.11%. AMDY 3.81%. If we go since inception, though, Coney is up a whopping 130%, which is incredible. NFLY is up 28.27%, DISO 12.79%, MSFO 31.90, XOMO is down 0.4, JPMO is up 14%, AMDY almost 30% up. But if we only take price return, remember the keys difference between price return and total return. In terms of price return, we're only up 21% if you round up, which is actually 20.72% in Coney, and that's without the dividends reinvested. Just the price appreciation, we're up almost 21%. NFLY, we're down 12%. DISO, we're down almost 9%. MSFO is 6.44%. XOMO is down 12.42%. JPMO is down 1.72, and AMDY is down 10.49%. So reinvesting the dividends makes a big, big difference. If we just look over the last 5 days, we're up 2% in Coney, 0.5 in NFLY, down 0.15 in DISO, MSFO down 2.36%, XOMO 0.35% up, JPMO down 0.07, AMDY down 0.61. Now, like we always say, the underlying outperforms these funds. Oh, welcome, one of the first ones on. Haven't seen you in a while. How's real estate going? Okay, so for these, let's go look at the underlyings over here. If I can find my window. Oh, here we go. It's over here in the middle. All right, so let's do this. Delete Coney. We'll look at Coinbase. And this is just for the first 7 of them. Delete NFLY. We'll pull up NFLX. And like Jay said, we have more on the way. We have more of these funds. We're going to have, I believe it's IWM, an IWM fund. We're going to have like a QQQT, and then there's another one. He mentioned in the interview there's like a bunch of them in the latest filing with the SEC. So let's do Disney. Let's can this one. Do MSFT. Let's take this out and do XOM. Take this one out and do JPM. Take this out, do AMD, competitor of Nvidia. Okay, so now here's the nice, beautiful underlyings. So how about this? In 5 days, the YieldMax funds are outperforming their underlying. And you can see just by looking at it. It's very interesting. In the past month, though, Netflix and Coinbase are doing pretty good. Disney's down. Microsoft is up. ExxonMobil is down. JP Morgan is up. And AMD is also up year to date. Netflix and Coinbase continue to kick butt. Disney's in the black for the year. Microsoft is up. ExxonMobil is up. JP Morgan's kicking butt as well. So is AMD. If we look over the past year, Coinbase has absolutely crushed it, 284% if you round up. Netflix 65%, Disney 16%, Microsoft 25%. ExxonMobil is in the positive over the past year, almost 10%. JP Morgan 45%, and AMD 33%. So then if we look over the past, we looked at the past month, year to date. So year to date, we're doing really well in the underlyings. Now let's go to the next cluster of them. Should be starting with our favorite, TSLY. So here's what we got over here. The verdict is in, or is it? All right, so our favorite, let me refresh this. Make sure TSLY is up 2.74% over the past 5 days. OARK is down 1.88%. Aptly is 0%, hasn't moved at all. NVDY minus 1.71%. AMZY minus 0.61, FBY minus 2.19, and GUI minus 2.08 over the past month. Tesley's down, OARK's down, Apple's up, NVDY 12% up, AMZY, FBY, GUI year to date. Tesley's down 19% year to date. And then in terms of total return, OARK's down 11%, Apple's down, NVDY 74%. AMZY 23%, FBY, and GUI. If we look since inception, now Jay was just talking about this with us. So I think it was Apple, which is about to turn like in August. There was one that he was talking about on the interview. By August, it's actually will have paid out its whole share price in dividends. So you'll officially be playing with the house's money by August on one of the oldest ones. I want to say it was uh, NVDY, Aptly, and GUI. Those all went public before August of last year. Maybe AMZY. I don't quite remember. I'd have to go back and watch. But anyway, over the past year, Tesla's only down 10.6% in total return. OARK is only down 0.5%. Aptly is up 4%. NVDY 107%. AMZY 45%. FBY 32%. GUI 6%. If we look at price return, see there's a big difference. 50% down for Tesla, 32% down for OARK, 18% down for Aptly, 21% in the positive for NVDY, 13% in the positive for AMZY, 6% down for FBY, 11.66% down for GUI. Year to date, Tesla's down almost 36% in price return. OARK is down almost 25% in price return. Aptly is down 10%. NVDY 27%. AMZY 6%. FBY minus 11%. GUI minus 1%. Over the past month, there's Tesla, OARK. Those are all down. We went over those already. Now let's do this. Let's look at the underlying. So we'll can Tesla, because some of you think it's trash, or a lot of you might. So we're canning the trash for now. We're going to look at Kathy Wood's ARC Innovation Fund over here. Can Aptly do Apple? And then one of my favorites, Nvidia, which I'm finally in, which has already made me like $500. Amazon instead of AMZY. Meta instead of FBY. And then last but not least, Google stock instead of GUI. Okay, so here's what we've got over the past 5 days. Tesla's up 3%. The ARC Innovation Fund is down 2.29%. Apple is up 0.29%. Nvidia is down 0.6%. Amazon stock is down 0.33%. Meta is down 1.69%. Google is down 1.59%. For the month, Tesla's down 2.45%. ARC Fund is down almost, it's 1.5%. Apple is up 12.5%. Nvidia is up 28%. Amazon is slightly up. Meta is up. Google is up as well. Year to date, Tesla, 28% in the red. ARK Innovation Fund, 18% in the red. Apple, 0.6% in the red. Nvidia stock, of course, 123% in the black. Amazon stock, 18% in the black. Meta, 31.95% in the positive. Google, 23% in the positive. For the past year, Tesla stock down 11%. The ARK Innovation Fund up 7.5%. Apple stock up almost 8%. Nvidia, 175%. Amazon, 47%. Meta, almost 78%. Google, 39%. Let's go back 3 years from the last peak of the market to the current. Tesla over the past 3 years is down 14%. The ARK Innovation Fund is down 61.5%. Apple stock is only up 54%. Nvidia over the past 3 years is up an eye-popping 580%. That, folks, is incredible. Amazon stock is up 11.43%. Meta is up 42%, and Google is outperforming Meta, up 42.86%. Let's have some more fun. Go back 5 years. 5 years, these were the glory days of Tesla, going back before the pandemic. 1,324.85%. Imagine if Tesla had launched during this time. ARK Innovation Fund is up 2%. Apple stock over this time is up 329%. Nvidia stock, look at that, 3,077%. Amazon stock, 97% up. Meta, 155%. Google, 210% up. Wow. So these underlyings over the past 5 years have performed incredibly well. And we have an Udar Pavroda sighting. Hello. Welcome. You all are quiet tonight. Must be mesmerized by the presentation or the growth stocks being up, the underlying. Okay, let's see. I went over that one, went over that one. Oh, here's some more over here. Let's see. Got another chart over here. All right, let's do this one. Let's go back over here to Seeking Alpha. Hopefully seek some alpha. All right, so I've got over here another batch of them. SQI, MRNY, XOMO, which I feel like we've already gone over. AIYY, which I also feel like we've already gone over. Maybe not. Okay, well, let me do this. We haven't talked about PP yet, so let's add that one. Okay, so we've got SQY, MRNY, XOMO, which, no, we've already covered this. AMDY we've already covered. Aptly, this is random. Let me add in, let's see, YMAX, YMAG, YBit, YBit or not bit. SQY over 5 days, down 0.10. MRNY, down 4.65. AIYY, up 13.44. PP, 1.09%. YMAX, 0.2. YMAG, 0.49. YBit, 0.26. And this is in terms of total return. If we skip to year to date, SQY is struggling, down 6.97%. MRNY 24.21%, AIYY is down 16.46%, PP is up 8.52%, YMAX in terms of total return 14.36%, YMAG 14.49%, and YBIT 0.90%. Did we go over Misty? I want to say no. I don't believe we did. Okay, so that means I'll need to put it on here. Let me take this one off. Let's do Misty. Here we go. Okay, Misty, and then we'll look at the underlying too. Misty is got some Misty returns, up 88% year to date in terms of total return. So now let's go do this. Let's look at the underlying. Can this one? We'll do block stock. We don't want to be blockheads. mRNA, Moderna, C3AI. Whoops, what did I do? Uh-oh. Oh, already added it. Okay. So instead of PP, we're going to add up a PAL over here. For YieldMax, we can't really compare those, but for Misty, we can add MSTR. Okay, and so the others we'll have to just kind of leave alone, or yeah, we'll leave them. Okay, so in terms of underlying, SQ is down 16% year to date. Moderna stock is up 52% year to date. AI is down 0.49. PayPal stock is up 1.79. MSTR is up 143.98% year to date. If we go back a year, Square or Block stock is up 10.5. Moderna stock is up 17.53. AI is down 35%, which is shocking, really shocking. PayPal is up only 0.74 and MSTR is up 415%. Wow, folks, there's your money there to be made in MSTR. Let's see what we got here. We've got a work hard, invest harder. I like that name. Ybit will definitely help boost YieldMax this coming BTC run for election time. You think so, huh? Bitcoin will go over 100,000 this year. That would be interesting for sure. I could definitely see it doing that. I agree, Bitcoin will do well. Then it's time for XRP to run. I would love that. If XRP can get to where Bitcoin is now, I will become insanely rich. Been holding it for a while, and we've got a comment from Mr. Varden here. Amazing channel. Well, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate the feedback. Okay, let's do this over here with this chart because we've got one kind of outlier, which is MSTR. Let's take this one off to make the chart look a little more concise. We'll remove the outlier. So here's what we've got over here. I want to see something when it comes to AI. Let's see. So AI, even going back last year, was struggling, I guess. Let's go back 3 years with these. PayPal stock is down 76% over 3 years. AI is down 60% over 3 years. Moderna is down 18%. Block stock is down almost 71%. Wow, so these are really struggling. Very interesting. So anyway, in this video and these examples, I don't feel like there's any underlying that is underperforming the YieldMax fund. In fact, they all seem to be outperforming the YieldMax funds, of course. Let's look at, as a bonus content here, let's look at Nvidia stock, and then we'll go look at Chipotle, two of the most popular companies that are splitting, coming up very soon here. So here's Nvidia stock. We're down to 1105. I'm up from where I bought. Um, I bought in. I can't believe I paid over $1,000 a share for this, but I've been waiting to get in and just watching it run up and run up and run up. So, like on our podcast a couple weeks ago, how do you deal with FOMO? Well, this is one of my ways of dealing with FOMO. I finally got tired of dealing with FOMO and just decided I'm not going to miss out on any more. Okay, so here's what we got. Let's do this. NVIDIA, even though it's in the title. All right, so we're going to have NVIDIA, Chipotle stock, and the S&P 500 over the past year. NVIDIA has absolutely crushed it. Right now, NVIDIA stock is 1105. I want to do a more detailed look at Chipotle, so let's do this. So year to date, Chipotle is up 36%, Nvidia is up 123%, while the S&P is up 9.76%. Let me look at Chipotle by itself since we looked at Nvidia. So Chipotle, ever since they had that E. coli break back in, or excuse me, E. coli outbreak back in 2017, this would have really been the time to buy it over here. It's done just so much better. If we look over here, this was 2016. We fell all the way in 2017 to like 276. That would have been the time to buy. And then we ran all the way up before the pandemic to almost 1,000. And we dropped, and then we came back. I should have definitely bought over here. That's our 5-year return over here, 358%. 1-year return, 50%. Not too shabby at all. But if we look since inception, this used to be as like a $60 stock back in 2006. Imagine buying in at $60 a share. That's a 7,181% rate of return, which is just phenomenal. Now let's go look at Nvidia. These are two of my favorite growth companies. And what I look at when it comes to the big companies, Most of your stock courses and stock screeners don't focus on the big companies because they believe that they're already established. But the thing with already established companies is that they can keep going, as you can very well see. They can keep going and stay on a roll. And just like Chipotle and Nvidia, I happen to think both of those companies have a long, long runway. Over 10 years, Nvidia 24,000%. That's incredible. Based on the last split, it was $5 10 years ago. It's incredible. If we go back to 2021, just if we go back 5 years, a 3,000% return in Nvidia. You can get rich from growth stocks, eh? Right? 175% over the last year and 123% year to date, which is absolutely incredible. So those two I wanted to look at a little more in depth over here. Hello, Night Owls. Hello, William Malakuski. Did I say the name right? NVDL or NVDX. We'll look at that in a second. Work hard, invest harder. Once the election is over, the growth of crypto and ETF together will definitely be over 10 trillion. Interesting. Kochi, you bought Nvidia at 1,000. I did. I bought 10 whole shares of them. Amazing deal. I'm expecting it to keep running up. I've missed out on a ton of upside as it is. I wasn't going to miss out on any more. Had the chance to be in at 300, kept watching it go up and up and up. So that's my coping mechanism with FOMO right now. We'll see how it goes. I'll keep you posted. Let's see. These other two funds, he said, let's see. Where were they again? NVDL or NVDX. Let's go look at both of these. Okay. I know there's like a triple X NVIDIA or 2X. I should probably get into one of these too. There's so many opportunities to make a ton of money that I kind of ignore, or I'm just too busy, I guess. NVDX. Let's see. NVDX. NVDX. T-Rex. It's the one of the Rex shares ones, right? Okay, well, let's look. They're both outperforming. How about this? ETFs that outperform the underlying. Imagine that. But do they pay a dividend? Does not pay a dividend. How about that? Strong buy and buy. Ooh, I'm having more FOMO. All right, so we've got, oh, I lost one. Oh no. NVDX is over here. And somehow I put the X on NVDX before. All right, so 337% for NVDL, 462% for NVDX. Without knowing anything else, which one do I think is better right now? Easy guess, NVDX, right? Because it's the higher return. And if it's got a higher return, it's for me. Even year to date, it's outpacing NVDL. Let's see how long these have been around, though. One of these, let's see. So one of these debuted early last year, so it has a head start, or excuse me, late 2022, it looks like. The other one debuted late 2023. So we've got a 513% for NVDX, and for NVDL, we've got a 1,528% return. That is incredible. So I would have to say long-term NVDL. Had a sneeze, but lost it. RJ's on, says MSTR has over 200,000 Bitcoin. The upside should be good in the next 60 days. We shall see. Anyway, as far as this one goes, that's about all I have for you all. So thank you all for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe, and join Discord if you haven't already. And I will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Good night. Bye.